Hello everybody, how you doing? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my channel. Now, the topic of this video lesson is Johari Window model. The Johari Window is a model that helps us understand our relationships with ourselves and others as we interact with them. The Johari window can help diminish that gap. It is a self-awareness tool that helps us understand the differences between how people see us and how we see ourselves. The tool is based on the premise that our interactions with other people are based on these differing perceptions, and that when we have more aligned views with others, we will be able to have more effective and engaging interactions. That is the Johari window model. The Johari window, as we've just seen, is a 4-square grid. And the 4 sections that comprise that window are the open arena, the blind spot, the facade, and the unknown. The open arena is the known to others and known to self. The blind spot is the known to others and not known to self. The hidden area is the not known to others and known to self. And the unknown is the not known to others and not known to self. Now there are 4 assumptions that we must make when using this Johari window model diagram. Number 1, there is information that is known to only me. Then there is information that is known to only you or whoever you are communicating with. Then there is information that is known to you and me. Then there is information that neither of us know. So a Johari window is a psychological tool that was created by Joseph Luft and Harry Ingham in 1955. It is a simple and useful tool for understanding and training self-awareness, personal development, improving communications, interpersonal relationships, ground dynamics, team development, and intergroup relationships. The Johari window is a model that helps to explain and improve self-awareness and self-communication. The window is divided into 4 quadrants that I've just talked about. That is the open quadrant, the blind quadrant, the hidden quadrant, and the unknown quadrant. The open quadrant is made up of information that is known to both the individual and others. The blind quadrant is made up of information that is known to the individual but not others. The hidden quadrant is made up of information that is known to others but not the individual. The unknown quadrant is made up of information that is unknown to both the individual and others. Now the goal here is to move information from the unknown and hidden quadrants to the open quadrant where it can be discussed and improved. The Johari window is one of the few tools out there that has an emphasis on soft skills such as behavior, empathy, cooperation, intergroup development, and interpersonal development. It is a great model to use because of its simplicity and also because it can be applied in a variety of situations and environments. The Johari window is a model that can be used in many ways. It helps people understand and manage their interpersonal relationships. As I said earlier, the Johari window model was developed by Joseph Luft and Harry Ingham in the 1950s. And it is based on the idea that people can be classified into 4 categories according to how much they know about themselves and how much they reveal to others. And the 4 categories are open. Number 1 is open. These people are very open and reveal a lot of themselves to others. They are usually very trusting and they have a lot of confidence in their relationships. Then the second category is blind. These people do not know much about themselves and they do not reveal much to others. They are often insecure and they have difficulty trusting others. Then we have the hidden. These people know a lot about themselves, but they do not reveal it to others. They are often very private and they may be shy or introverted. Then we have the unknown. These people know very little about themselves and reveal little or nothing to others. They are often insecure and they have difficulty trusting others. The Johari window can be used to help people understand their own behavior and that of others. It can also be used to improve communication and relationships. Now, have you ever been part of a team whose members were all open and honest with one another? If so, then chances are very high that you worked extremely effectively together. You and your colleagues likely knew everyone's strengths and weaknesses and enjoyed high levels of trust. Such a positive working environment probably helps to create a top-performing, tight-knit unit. Teams rely on a combination of self-awareness and trust to run like a finely tuned machine. But how do you build those qualities? So in this video, we look at how you and your team members can use the Johari window to develop self-awareness, trust, and communication so as to grow as people and as colleagues. The Johari window may sound rather exotic, but that title, Johari, is simply a combination of the names of the 2 psychologists who developed this model, that is Joseph Luft and Harry Ingham, who created the model in 1955. So, Johari is a very elegant and potent model, and as with other powerful ideas, simply helping people to understand is the most effective way to optimize the value to people. Explaining the meaning of the Johari window theory to people so that they can really properly understand it in their own terms, then empowers people to use the thinking in their own way and to incorporate the underlying principles into their future thinking and behavior. The Johari window model provides a simple visual reference for examining your personality and for improving understanding between individuals. Most people use the Johari window model, to develop self-awareness. But you can also use it as a personal development tool and to build better workplace relationships. There are 2 key ideas behind the Johari window model, behind this tool. You can build trust with others by disclosing information about yourself. With the help of feedback from other people, you can learn about yourself and deal with personal issues. So, in this video, we will continue discussing how the Johari window works with an individual within a team. In this instance, there are 2 factors at work within the Johari window. The first factor is what you know about yourself. The second factor relates to what other people know about you. The model works using 4 area quadrants. Anything you know about yourself and are willing to share is part of your open area. Individuals can build trust between themselves by disclosing information and learning about others from the information they disclose about themselves. Any aspect you do not know about yourself but others within the group have become aware of is in your blind area. With the help of feedback from others, you can become aware of some of your positive and negative traits as perceived by others and overcome some of the personal issues that may be inhibiting your personal or group dynamics within the team. There are also aspects about yourself that you are aware of but might not want others to know. This quadrant is your hidden area. This leaves just one area, and it is the area that is unknown to you or anyone else, the unknown area. Now, the balance between the four quadrants can change. You might want to tell someone an aspect of your life that you had previously kept hidden. For example, maybe you are not comfortable contributing ideas in large groups. This will increase your open area and decrease your hidden area. It is also possible to increase your open area by asking for feedback from people. When feedback is given honestly to you, it can reduce the size of your blind area. Maybe you interrupt people before they have finished making their point, which can cause frustration. Alternatively, people may always want to talk to you because you are a good listener. Sometimes you don't realize these aspects of your character until it is pointed out. By working with others, you can discover aspects of your lives that neither of you may ever have appreciated before. Some examples of unknown factors can be like an ability that is underestimated, or an untried through lack of opportunity, or encouragement, or confidence, or training. Other unknown factors can be like a natural ability or aptitude that a person doesn't realize they possess, or a fear that a person does not know they have, or an unknown illness, or repressed or subconscious feeling, or conditioned behavior or attitudes from childhood. So, what we need to know about Johari Window model is that disclosure is good for you. Being more in the open area leads to better communication because more facts, emotions, and motivations are brought to light. Trust is built between the audience and the communicator. To learn more about what motivates you, alright, you really need to understand this Johari window. Now, the other consideration of the Johari window model is that use common sense. While openness is a good policy, it doesn't mean that everyone needs or wants to know all your intimate details. Be careful who you tell your secrets to and respect the privacy of yourself and others. Again, be short and sweet, whether speaking to a crowd or in a one-on-one situation. Only divulge what you think is important to build rapport or get your point across. Have enough self-awareness to know when to stop sharing or listen to the feedback from others if this is a blind spot to enable your own self-discovery. Then you also need to know that fluctuations occur. Over the course of even a single conversation, the window will open and retract depending on what is said or brought to attention by yourself or others. Growth and improvement happens. Remember that your characteristics, habits, and attributes change over time. Your own communication abilities as well as the relationships you uphold evolve over time through self-coaching and grow as you become more in tune with yourself and others. Ask others to observe you. Sometimes the only way to expand your communication window into the open arena is to ask others to watch for your habits. Doing so is a good way to eliminate the unknown Johari window quadrant, since both you and who you are speaking to will become aware of the growth potential. Now, I hope this video will help you understand the Johari window model, that is the open area, the hidden area, the blind area, and the unknown area. Learning the Johari model can help you become a better communicator with a much higher level of self-awareness and helps you enjoy more self-discovery. It is a useful tool in training, setting as group dynamics and group development are hugely influenced by how open or closed people in the group are. Now, just to emphasize things about this Johari window, let's look at the history a little bit. It is always necessary to improve self-awareness and personal development among individuals when they are in a group. And the Johari window model is a convenient method used to achieve this task of understanding and enhancing communication between the members in a group. The Johari window is a technique designed to help people better understand their relationships with themselves and others. The Johari window model is a simple and useful tool for illustrating and improving self-awareness and mutual understanding between individuals within a group. It can also be used to assess and improve a group's relationship with other groups. This model is therefore particularly useful in team development. It was devised and created by American psychologist, that is Joseph Luft, who was born in 1916 and died in 2014. And Harrington Ingham, who was born in 1916 and died in 1995. So this Johari model was created by these two American psychologists in 1955 while researching group dynamics at the University of California, Los Angeles. And it is used primarily in self-help groups and corporate settings as a heuristic exercise. Luft and Ingham named this model Johari using a combination of their first names, that is Joseph and Harrington. Now, the idea was derived as the upshot of the group dynamics in University of California and was later improved by this Joseph Luft. The name Johari came from joining their first two names. This model is also denoted as feedback or disclosure model of self-awareness. Today, the Johari window model is especially relevant due to the modern emphasis on and influence of soft skills behavior, empathy, cooperation, intergroup development, and interpersonal development. The Johari window concept is particularly helpful in understanding employee-employer relationships within the psychological contract. Now, this Johari window concept or model has become a widely used model for understanding and training self-awareness, personal development, communication, interpersonal relationships, group dynamics, team development, and intergroup relationships. The Johari window actually represents information, that is feelings, experience, views, attitudes, skills, intentions, motivations, and so on, within or about a person in relation to their group from the four perspectives that I mentioned in this video. The model can also be used to represent the same information for a group in relation to other groups. When I talk about self and others, self means oneself, that is the person, and the others means other people in the person's group or team. So the four Johari window perspectives are called regions, areas, or quadrants. And each of these regions or quadrants contains and represents the information, the feelings, the motivation, and so on known about the person, in terms of whether the information is known or unknown by the person, and whether the information is known or unknown by others in the group. So, when the Johari window model is used to assess and develop groups in relation to other groups, the self will be the group, and others will be other groups. However, one thing you should know is that the Johari window model is used to enhance the individual's perception on others. And this model is based on two ideas. Trust can be acquired by revealing information about you to others and learning yourselves from their feedbacks. Each person is represented by the Johari model through 4 quadrants or window pen. Each 4 window pens signifies personal information, feelings, motivation, and whether that information is known or unknown to oneself or others in 4 viewpoints. Now, the method of the Johari window model is all about conveying and accepting feedback. All right. It is represented as a common window with 4 pens. That is Johari. It has 4 pens. So 2 of these pens represent self, and the other 2 represent the part that is unknown to self, but it is known to others. The information transfer from one pen to the other as the result of mutual trust, which can be achieved through socializing and the feedback got from other members of the group. So the Johari window may look complicated, but it is actually easy to use and understand. Each quadrant contains information about your self-awareness and how others see you. Now, there are 2 key areas or 2 key ideas behind these 2. You can build trust by disclosing information about yourself, or with the help of feedback from other people. You can learn about yourself and deal with personal issues. The Johari window may look complicated, but it is actually easy to use and understand. The 4 quadrants are open area, blind area, hidden area, and unknown area. Your aim is to increase the size of your open area through self-disclosure, shared discovery, and feedback. Now, looking again at this, the 4 regions or the 4 quadrants, the 4 areas of the Johari window model, we'll start with the open area, the quadrant 1. It is all about what is known by the person about themselves and is also known by others. It is the open area, the open self, the free area, free self, or the arena. So the open area, it represents the things that you know about yourself and that others know about you. This includes your behavior, your knowledge, skills, attitudes, and public history. The ideal Johari window has a large open area. This is because, in general, the more that people know about themselves and one another, the more productive, cooperative, and trusting they will be when working together. A large open area can be a sign that someone is young. A large open area shows that you are aware of your abilities. A large open area shows that you are aware of your feelings and behaviors, and that the people around you understand you very well. And a small open area, on the other hand, can be a bad sign. Not necessarily a bad sign, but it can indicate maybe someone is young or someone is new to his job, because this person has not shared much information about themselves, or they may not be very self-aware. But it can also reflect someone who is an introvert, uncommunicative, or difficult to work with. So what is unknown about the person about themselves, but which others know? That is the second quadrant, and we call it the blind area, the blind self, or the blind spot. The blind area represents things about yourself that you aren't aware of, but that others know about you. For example, you might not realize that you are a great listener until someone points it out to you. It can also reveal deeper issues, such as feelings of incompetence or anger that you haven't faced up to, but that others sense in you. So a small blind area indicates that you are aware of how your behavior affects other people, whereas a large blind area suggests that you may be naive or even in denial about it. A large blind area could also mean that your colleagues are keeping what they know about you to themselves. So no one works at their best when they are in the dark. So it is important to reduce the size of your blind area. You can do this by several tips and strategies. So there is the other quadrant. It's all about what the person knows about themselves that others do not know. It is the hidden area, the hidden self, the avoided area, the avoided self or facade. The hidden area represents things that you know about yourself but that you keep hidden from other people. You don't need to share all of your private thoughts and feelings with work colleagues. Naturally, you wouldn't want to reveal anything that would make you feel embarrassed or vulnerable. So withholding information is perfectly reasonable if it has no bearing on your work. However, hiding information about yourself that is related to your work or your performance could lead to co-workers having less trust in you. So, if your Johari window has a large hidden area, you could try to be more open with them. The other quadrant is all about what is unknown by the person about themselves and is also unknown by others. So it is the unknown area or unknown self. The unknown area quadrant 4, that is, it represents things that are unknown to you and by others. For example, you may have some dazzling, very good abilities that neither you nor anyone else knows about. A large unknown area may just be a sign of youth or inexperience, but it can also mean that you need to work hard on discovering and releasing new information about yourself. The quadrants, these 4 quadrants can change size over time. And because they are independent, changing the size of one quadrant will also change the size of the others. For example, telling your team about an aspect of your life, that you always kept hidden, would decrease your hidden area and increase your open area. Now, just to highlight a few things about the 4 quadrants again. The first quadrant, that is the open self area or arena. Here the information about the person, his attitudes, behavior, emotions, feelings, skills and views will be known by the person as well by others. It is mainly the area where all the communications occur, and the larger the arena becomes, the more effectual and dynamic the relationship will be. Feedback solicitation is a process which occurs by understanding and listening to the feedback from another person. Through this way, the open area can be increased horizontally, decreasing the blind spot. The size of the arena can also be increased downwards, and thus by reducing the hidden and unknown areas through revealing one's feelings to other person. This is also the area, the open area is the public area. It is the free area. It is the area of free activity. It is the information about the person, that is behavior, attitude, feelings, emotions, knowledge, experience, skills, views, and so on, known by the person and known by the group. All right. So the aim in any group should always be to develop the open area for every person, because we are most productive and effective when we work in this area with others, and the group is at its most productive too. So the open free area or the arena can be seen as the space where good communications and cooperation occur, free from distractions, mistrust, confusion, conflict, and misunderstanding. Established team members logically tend to have larger open areas than new team members. New team members start with relatively small open areas because relatively little knowledge about the new team member is shared. The size of the open area can be expanded horizontally into the blind space by seeking and actively listening to feedback from other group members. And this is the process commonly known as the feedback solicitation. So other group members can help a team member expand their open area by offering feedback, sensitively, of course. The size of the open area can also be explained vertically downwards into the hidden or avoided space by the person's disclosure of information, feelings, and so on. about him or herself to the group and group members. Group members can help a person expand their open area into the hidden area by asking the person about him or herself. Managers and team leaders can play an important role in facilitating feedback and disclosure among group members and indirectly giving feedback to individuals about their own blind areas. Leaders also have a big responsibility to promote the sharing of knowledge throughout their organization, as well as a culture of open, positive, sensitive, and constructive communication. Top performing groups, departments, companies, and organizations always tend to have a culture of open, positive communication. Therefore, encouraging the positive development of the open area or open self for everyone is a simple yet fundamental aspect of effective leadership. Then there is the blind self or the blind spot. Here is information about yourself that others know in a group, but you will be unaware of it. So others may interpret yourself differently than you expect. The blind spot is reduced for an efficient communication through seeking feedback from others. So this region 2 is what is the blind self, the blind area. The blind spot, what is known about a person by others in the group, but is unknown by the person themselves. So by seeking or soliciting feedback from others, the aim should be to reduce this area and thereby to increase the open area, that is to increase self-awareness. This blind area is not an effective or productive space for individuals or groups. This blind area could also be referred to as ignorance about oneself or issues about which one is deluded. A blind area could also include issues that others are deliberately withholding from a person. This relates to the difficulty one experiences when being kept in the dark. So group members and managers can take some responsibility for helping an individual to reduce their blind area, in turn increasing the open area by giving sensitive feedback and encouraging disclosure. So managers should promote a climate of non-judgmental feedback and group response to individual disclosure, which reduces fear and therefore encourages both processes to happen. The extent to which an individual seeks feedback and the issues on which feedback is sought must always be at the individual's own discretion. Some people are more resilient than others. The care needs to be taken to avoid causing emotional upset. The process of soliciting serious and deep feedback relates to the process of self-actualization. Now, we have the hidden area or facade. That is whereby the information that is known to you will be kept unknown from others. This can be any personal information which you feel reluctant to reveal. It includes feelings, past experiences, fears, secrets, and so on. We keep some of our feelings and information as private as it affects the relationships, and thus the hidden area must be reduced by moving the information to the open areas. Now, this quadrant 3, the hidden area, the hidden self, the avoided self or facade, is what is known to ourselves but is kept hidden from others. It's unknown to others. This hidden or avoided self represents anything that a person knows about themselves. This is information, feelings, which is not revealed or is kept hidden from others. The hidden area could also include sensitivities, fears, hidden agendas, manipulative intentions, secrets, anything that a person knows but does not reveal for whatever reason. It is natural for every personal and private information and feelings to remain hidden. Indeed, certain information, feelings, and experiences have no bearing on work, and so can and should remain hidden. However, a lot of hidden information is not very personal. It is work or performance related, and so it is better positioned in the open area. So, relevant hidden information and feelings should be moved into the open area through the process of disclosure. And the aim should be to disclose and expose relevant information and feelings. And that's why the Johari window terminology, self-disclosure and exposure process. And this increases the open area. So by telling others how we feel and other information about ourselves, we reduce the hidden area and increase the open area. This enables better understanding, cooperation, trust, team working, effectiveness, and productivity. Reducing hidden areas also reduces the potential for confusion, misunderstanding, poor communication, all of which distract from and undermine team effectiveness. Organizational culture and working atmosphere have a major influence on group members' readiness to disclose their hidden selves. Most people fear judgment or vulnerability, and therefore they hold back hidden information. If moved into the open area, that is, if it is made known by the group as well, this would enhance mutual understanding, thereby improving group awareness and enabling better individual performance and group effectiveness. The extent to which an individual discloses personal feelings and information, the issues which are disclosed and to whom they are disclosed must always be at the individual's own discretion. As with feedback, some people are more resilient than others. Care needs to be taken to avoid causing emotional upset. Also, as with soliciting feedback, the process of serious disclosure relates to the process of self-actualization. Now, the unknown area, that is the quadrant 4, the information which we are unaware to ourselves, to yourselves as well as others. It includes the information, feelings, capabilities, the talents that we are unaware that we have them. So this can be due to traumatic past experiences or events which can be unknown for a lifetime. The person will be unaware till he discovers his hidden qualities and capabilities or through observation of others. Open communication is also an effective way to decrease the unknown area and thus to communicate effectively. This quadrant 4 unknown self or area of unknown activity or unknown area contains information, the feelings, latent abilities, aptitudes, experiences that are unknown to them, are unknown to us and unknown to others. These unknown issues take a variety of forms. They can be feelings, behavior, attitudes, capabilities, aptitudes, which can be quite close to the surface or at deeper aspects of a person's personality, influencing their behavior to various degrees. Large unknown areas would typically be expected in younger people and people who lack experience or self-belief. There are several examples of unknown factors, the first of which is particularly common and relevant in organizations and teams. These include an ability that is underestimated or untried through lack of opportunity, encouragement, confidence, or training. A natural ability or aptitude that a person does not realize they possess. A fear or aversion that a person does not know they have. An unknown illness. Repressed or subconscious feelings, conditioned behavior or attitudes from childhood. So the process by which this information and knowledge can be uncovered are varied and can be prompted through self-discovery or observation by others. This can also occur in certain situations through collective or mutual discovery during intensive group work, such as outward bound causes. So counseling can also uncover known issues, but this would then be known to the person and by one other rather than by a group. So whether unknown or discovered knowledge moves into the hidden, blind, or open area depends on who discovers it and what they do with the knowledge. Notably, whether it is then given as feedback or disclosed. As with the processes of soliciting feedback and disclosure, striving to discover information and feelings in the unknown is related to the process of self-actualization. Again, as with disclosure and soliciting feedback, the process of self-discovery is a sensitive one. The extent and depth to which an individual is able to discover their unknown feelings must always be at the individual's own discretion. Uncovering hidden talents, that is, unknown aptitudes and skills, not to be confused with developing the Johari hidden area, is another aspect of developing the unknown area and is not as sensitive as unknown feelings, providing people with the opportunity to try new things with no great pressure to succeed is often a useful way to discover unknown abilities and thereby reduce the unknown area. Managers and leaders can help by creating an environment that encourages self-discovery and promoting the process of self-discovery, constructive observation, and feedback among team members. Creating a culture, climate, and expectation for self-discovery helps people to fulfill more of their potential and thereby to achieve more and to contribute more to organizational performance. The unknown area could also include repressed or subconscious feelings rooted within formative events and traumatic past experiences, which can stay unknown for a lifetime. In a work or organizational context, the Johari window should not be used to address issues of a clinical nature. Now, examples of the Johari window model. Example 1, it is about increasing open area through feedback solicitation. When we reduce the blind area, which will normally be achieved through the process of asking for and then receiving feedback. So feedback develops the open area by reducing the blind area. The open area can also be developed through the process of disclosure, which reduces the hidden area. The unknown area can be reduced in different ways: by others' observation, which increases the blind area; by self-discovery, which increases the hidden area; or by mutual enlightenment, typically via group experiences and discussion, which increases the open area as the unknown area reduces. A team that understands itself, that is, each person having a strong mutual understanding with the team, is far more effective than a team that does not understand each other, that is, whose members have large hidden blinds or unknown areas. Team members and leaders should always be striving to increase their open free areas and to reduce their blind, hidden, and unknown areas. So, what is the impact on effectiveness? A person represented by the Johari window will not perform to their best potential, and the team will fail to make full use of the team's potential and the person's potential too. Efforts should generally be made by the person to increase his or her open free area by disclosing information about his or her feelings, experience, views, motivation, which will reduce the size of the hidden area and increase the open free area. Seeking feedback about the blind area will reduce the blind area and will increase the open free area. Discovery through sensitive communications, active listening, and experience will reduce the unknown area, transferring in part to the blind hidden areas, depending on who knows what, or better still, if known by the person and others, to the open free area. Then, the second example is about new team members or members within a new team. Now, this is about a person who is new to an existing team. The open free region of such a person is small because others know little about the new person. Similarly, the blind area is small because others know little about the new person. The hidden or avoided issues and feelings are relatively a large area. So, in this example, the unknown area will be the largest, which might be because the person is young or lacking in self-knowledge or belief. Then the third example is about an established team member. This Johari window of an established team member, the open free region will be large because others know a lot about the person that the person also knows. Through the process of disclosure and receiving feedback, the open area has expanded and at the same time reduced the size of the hidden, blind, and unknown areas. From a particular point of view, in implementing the Johari window, you need to look at 2 steps. Step 1, the place to start in the Johari window is in the open area. Make some notes about yourself. Complete the self-awareness diagnostic if possible to discover what are your strengths and your weaknesses. What are you comfortable with and willing to share with others? Try and be honest and clear about what you know about yourself already. Then step 2, involve other people and ask for feedback about yourself. Be prepared to seriously consider it. That doesn't mean you have to do everything suggested, but you should at least listen and think about it. Then give the person who provided the feedback with some acknowledgement or thanks for making the effort. Depending on your confidence, you might prefer to do this as a group exercise or on a one-to-one basis. Remember that giving effective feedback is a skill. Some people may be better at it than others. So, when receiving feedback, be respectful, listen, and reflect on what has been said. It may be on receiving feedback, you may want to explore it further that can lead to a discovery about yourself. Now, the Johari window as a tool, it has its drawbacks. Some things are perhaps better not communicated with others. People may pass on the information they receive further than you desire or use it negatively. Some people or cultures have a very open and accepting approach to feedback. Some do not. So people can take personal feedback offensively. So it is important when facilitating to exercise caution and start gradually. So, in conclusion, a typical Johari window model is a tool that can be used to help improve self-awareness and understanding of others. The model consists of 4 quadrants, that is the open quadrant, the blind quadrant, the hidden one, and the unknown one. So the open quadrant is made up of information that is known to both the individual and others. The blind quadrant is made up of information that is known to the individual but not known to others. The hidden quadrant is made up of information that is known to others but not the individual. The unknown quadrant is made up of information that is unknown to both the individual and others. The goal of using the Johari window model is to move information from the unknown and hidden quadrants to the open and blind quadrants. So some of the advantages and disadvantages of the Johari window. Advantages include it is easy to grasp with flexible results. It is a way to stimulating sharing of open information. It is a way that will generate a shared reference point. The disadvantages will include of the Johari window is that it will not work if the activities are not to strengthen positive behavior or correcting negative behaviors. And again, some information shall not be exposed. Some people may spread the information to others. For example, someone's personal problems. Some people may respond negatively. Now, another advantage or benefit of Johari window is that this model can be pretty useful for understanding your relationship with self and others. It is of utmost importance to have a good relationship with self, and having a good relationship with self helps you to improve your relationships with others. A good self-relationship enhances your capability to value yourself as a person. So the Johari window helps people first to understand them better, and then improvising their vital relations in life. So the benefits include self-awareness. Benefits of using Johari window also include better communication skills, improved interpersonal skills, high self-esteem, more self-confidence, improved trust in relationships. You'll know more about your strengths and weaknesses. Now, the Johari window also has some disadvantages, some drawbacks. Like any other model, there are some drawbacks and disadvantages of Johari Window as well. And in my opinion, few things are perhaps which better should not be communicated with others. Because some people or catchers have a very open and accepting approach to feedback, and some do not. People can take personal feedback offensively, so it's important when facilitating to exercise caution and start gradually. Confidentiality can be compromised. People may pass on the information they received further than you desire or use it in a negative way. Thank you for watching.